Here in the city of Glasgow is a man who balances a tricky double life. By day, he cuts people's hair, but by night, he claims to communicate with the dead.
Gordon, you have this extraordinary double life as a barber and a medium.
Yep.
So when did you first realise you had this special ability to cut hair?
Oh.
No, I want to know about the medium business.
When I was a child, really, I had a vision of a gentleman appear to me. It was a friend of my parents, and I could only have been about 7, and this was in sort of broad daylight. He just happened to be there, and the man had only died a week previous or so.
What do you do as a medium? What actually happens?
Well, it depends. Each contact that I get from the other side is different, totally different. And it depends on the feeling of the person I'm sitting for or giving a message to. But most times I will sense spirit people, spirit presence around me. Sometimes I'll hear the voice, sometimes I'll catch images of them, just in my mind's eye though. I've got to come to the young lady, you have a grey checked jacket there. And I want to say, Sarah is calling to you, and I feel that that's in relation in the spirit side. Sorry?
That's my mum.
God bless you, dear.
Well, when you're holding one of the meetings, do you focus on a member of the public and then find a spirit connected with them, or does the spirit come first?
No, the spirit people come first. I mean, they will let me know who they are or what they feel like. Sometimes I'll hear their name or whatever, and then I will be directed to whom they wish me to go to after that.
What kind of people come to you? What are they hoping to hear from you?
Most people who come to me have lost someone very close to them. It's more to do with unfinished business, I think, than anything else.
Some cynics might say that you're exploiting people when they're most vulnerable. How do you answer to that?
Well, I mean, I don't actually do this for a living. I don't do mediumship for a living. I have no reason to do it other than to help people.
So for you, is it a blessing or a curse?
It's most definitely a blessing. Knowing that you can help someone who's recently lost someone very close to them, it's most definitely a blessing, yeah.
Whether Gordon really receives messages of comfort from deceased loved ones or merely offers a form of extended bereavement counselling, we don't know. But there are many people who are willing to believe in voices from beyond the grave.
A member of my family, my ex-husband actually died, and I just came to see if I could get some guidance, and you know, because I do believe in afterlife, and that was what he did. He gave me evidence to prove that.
How did Gordon actually help you?
It just proved to us that, you know, that the member of our family had passed over, and they were okay, and it was you know, they were not suffering anymore, basically. You know they were in this life, you know, so that was basically all.
And what did Gordon tell you which made you convinced that he was genuine?
Well, he gave me the number of my house. He actually gave me an auntie a way back in generations, his name who I didn't know, and I had to go and ask an older member of my family, and she verified what he told me was correct.
And when you initially went to see Gordon and told friends about it, I mean, how did they react to that?
Well, I never actually told my friends. It's not something I go about talking about, but I did tell a member of my family, and my family was quite amazed by it. I mean, I've got a young sister that's in spirit, and there are things I've been told about her that no medium could possibly know.
So, as far as you're concerned, Gordon is genuine?
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, everything's genuine.
However spooky it may seem, apparently many of us would like to be reassured that a loved one is okay on the other side. But is it for real?
In the Scottish Society for Psychical Research, we look at, is there any evidence that when a human being dies, there may be some form of survival? So we thought, what better way to do this than to analyse the information the mediums give to sitters? So we did this by testing the sceptical hypothesis that all medium statements are so general they can apply to anyone. But we're testing this in a scientific manner and finding that this is not true.
So you've investigated Gordon Smith?
You have indeed.
And what have you found?
Gordon Smith was one of the very highest achievers, and I've come through statistics and through listening and speaking to people to realise that he in fact does give extremely relevant and personal information to people he could not possibly know within the normal senses.
The bottom line is Gordon Smith genuine?
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. He has a special gift, he's a special person.
Well, I've decided to test Gordon's abilities for myself. As the seventh child of a seventh child, Gordon is certainly a likely candidate for some top-notch psychic powers. Now, sadly, my own grandmother died last year. Gordon doesn't know this, and I'm certainly not going to tell him. But what has he got to tell me?
This is absolutely bizarre. It's nothing to do with John, it's actually to do with you. All right, come on. Tell me then, darling. Right. There's a lady coming forward here, and I don't know whether I can do this on the camera or not, but there's a lady coming very close to this fella here, and I know that... All right, darling. All right, I'll tell him. I've got to say that Margaret's here. She's saying, tell him that Margaret is here as well. All right, bless you, darling. But I've got to connect with you with the islands. Why I have to go to the islands, I don't know. But it's like, I feel as though I'm going towards Mull and places like that. There's family connections, I feel, going out towards that area of Scotland. Bless you. There's an older gentleman with her. And I'm going back a generation here, I don't know who he is, but I just sense this older man. I do apologise, I should be giving you a sitting, but I can't stop who's coming through. And come on then, bless you. This older man, all I know is you would have been very young when he passed to the spirit world. This man had some kind of emphysema. As he approaches me, I just feel his lungs almost close. It's as though he couldn't breathe at all, but it was like an emphysema, pneumonia condition that he had. I'm being made aware of it. But he's very much around you. It's going back to like a grandfather's time. All right then, bless you.
Right, well, Gordon has now finished delivering his message. As you saw, it wasn't for me. It was actually for a member of the film crew here in the room, who quite understandably doesn't wish to appear on camera, but has verified that everything that Gordon said, 100%, was all accurate. How do you feel now after relaying a message?
No different from when before I started. When I do get a message coming through it, then I just feel, I don't know, there's a part of my mind just goes blank and everything becomes spontaneous almost. There's this urge from somebody over there. Like that, I can't call up people.
I mean, obviously a TV interview setup is completely false, and you have no control.
No, I couldn't control exactly who's coming through. I mean, I could say no to them, but because of the nature of this, I wanted to let someone have their say or to communicate. But sorry, it wasn't for you. It had to,
No,
but the message
fine.
had to be delivered to where it should have gone.
Well, friends and family that know me will agree I'm a naturally cynical person. Before meeting Gordon this morning, I was open-minded but sceptical. And after interviewing him, I was intrigued. However, after watching him deliver a message from the spiritual world and the subsequent reaction and verification from our film crew member, I am nothing short of astonished. Either he is 100% genuine, or it's one heck of a trick.